So I just read The Long Game by Rachel Reid, and I really enjoyed it. I put off reading this book for so long. I read the Game Changers series years ago, and I loved most of the books in it. And when this one came out, it was the last one in the series. I'd read the rest of it all at once, and then this one came out. And I put it down for a couple of reasons. I tried to read it right when it came out, but partly I'm always nervous about sequel books, especially when it's a series where it usually is one couple focused on per series in romance novels. It can be hard to strike that balance of continuing the story and having enough conflict to make a plot without putting in unnecessary conflict. So I'm always a little afraid to read sequel books to series I loved because I don't want to see them do mean things to my wonderful, wonderful characters. I also had a hard time with this book because it switches narrators. It actually switched narrators a few books back in the series, but we're back with Shane and Ilya, but now their voices sound different, and that always takes me a minute to adjust to, so that made it a little harder. And then it opened almost near the beginning of the book with the dream sequence, which is one of my pet peeves. For no good reason, I just really don't like them. So I looked at it and I'd gotten half an hour into this book the first time I tried to read it. But this time I read the whole thing because I wanted to read it before the TV show came out, because they know this whole world is being adapted into a TV show now. I'm super excited about that. And I was really, really glad I read it. It was interesting because the previous book had been Shane and Ilya spaced across 10 years. You saw everything happen. In this one, it's spaced across about a year. So it's a little bit less time. There are still time jumps, but you're like kind of more dialed into their everyday feelings. You see a lot more of what they're thinking when they're not with each other than you did in their first book. And so that was really cool. I really liked the focus on mental health, and that Ilya took the time to kind of think about his feelings and kind of get more into a better headspace. I really enjoyed that. I loved lots of things about this book. It was very sweet. They didn't throw in like the characters picking fights with each other for no reason or anything like that, like I'm always nervous about. It was really nice to see a continuation of their story. I also didn't realize that this book takes place concurrently with the book Role Model. It starts before Role Model starts and ends after Role Model ends. And Role Model is my favorite book in the series. So it was really, really cool to see all those characters and those same events happening from the other characters' perspectives. And I really, really enjoyed that. So I was so glad I read this, and I wish that I had made myself buckle down and read it sooner.